Step number 5, be caffeinated. Hey everyone, in this video, I'm going to tell you how to win at Reading Bowl. For those who don't know what Reading Bowl is, it's a competition where you read books and you do a quiz bowl about it. And if you're from Georgia, there's this thing called the Helen Ruffin Reading Bowl. This Reading Bowl reads the 20 books that are picked as nominees for the Georgia Peach Book Award. I was actually quite good at Reading Bowl in high school. My team won county all 4 years that I was there, so I consider myself to be an expert at this. Here are my 5 tips for how to win at Reading Bowl. Step number 1, you need to read as many books as you possibly can. I know for the Helen Ruffin Reading Bowl, it's a list of 20 books, and that might sound like a lot, but if you have some extra time over the summer and you can talk to your librarian, you can probably get through the majority of the books over summer vacation while you're not really doing anything else. Reading is something that you can even fit into your busy schedule if you're traveling, so this is something that you can very easily fit into your schedule, and there's no excuse for not reading as many books as you can if you want to honestly try to win this thing. Tip number 2 is to start practicing early. I know we would always start practicing on the buzzers in August, even though the competition wasn't until late January, early February. This allowed us to get more comfortable with the format. There are certain rules in Reading Bowl that if you don't follow them are going to screw you over. Step number 3 is to make connections between the books. Now, you might think that between 20 books there's a lot of stuff to memorize, and there is, but it's a lot simpler than you think. One thing you can do is find things that the books have in common with each other. When I was competing in high school, I would do a chart, kind of like you see below, where I put all of the different titles of the books, and then I would draw lines in between the books, and on the lines I would write what they had in common. And that really helped the team practice a lot because not everybody got to all the books, including me, and some of the people were kind of overwhelmed with trying to memorize everything. So a visual like this really helps. And I'm going to give you an example with 3 books that I recently read. The book Nevernight, I've talked about this, there's a video, I'm probably going to throw a card up there, but that book has a main character named Mia, and it's also set in a fictionalized version of Italy. Other books that I've read recently are A Brightness Long Ago, which is based in another fictionalized account of Italy, also kind of Renaissance-y, so you have those 2 connections. And then there's also a book that I've read that I'm going to do a video on called On a Sunbeam, and the main character of that book is also named Mia. So between those 3 books, I just need to know those 2 little details, and it gives me those 2 very specific things that could definitely be questions on a Reading Bowl. Step 4 is to improve your speed on the buzzer. Now there's different kind of buzzers in Reading Bowls. You can have the ones where you click something with your thumb. You can have ones where you smack it with your hand. My advice to you would be to try to find a video game that uses this skill and then play it a lot. I know we would try to exercise our thumbs by clicking on pens, which got really annoying after a while. We switched to video games like Galaga or Super Smash Brothers, where you were just button mashing the entire time, and it really helped the team improve their speed. And my 5th and final tip is to make sure you are well rested and caffeinated for competition day. Reading Bowl competitions are usually Saturday mornings, 8 a.m. Nobody wants to be up during that time, and that is your advantage because if you are caffeinated, if you have a lot of sugar, then you are wired, you are ready to go, and you are going to be more alert during competition. These have been my 5 tips for how to win at Reading Bowl. If you like what I do, please hit the subscribe button, join the caffeination. We'd be glad to have you. And while you're here, why don't you check out some of my other videos? They're kind of floating around here around my face. Thanks.